Question number 2, Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. What recent reports has he received confirming a further improvement in business and consumer confidence in New Zealand?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, it's reasonably clear now that consumer confidence and business confidence is becoming stronger. The BNZ Business New Zealand Performance and Manufacturing Index increased 4.3 points to a seasonally adjusted 59.5. This is the highest July reading since 2002. This is clearly an indication of the kind of thing the opposition call a crisis in manufacturing, where it's expanding faster than it has in the last 10 years. Mr. Speaker, consumer confidence also rose over the last couple of months.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister of Finance, how is the improvement in consumer and business confidence being reflected in other economic indicators, such as job advertising and retail spending?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, I think it's important to remember that businesses and households remain cautious overall about their spending and investment decisions, and any one of these indicators can fluctuate from month to month, reflecting that caution. However, there are signs of improvement on the back of a gradually improving economic outlook. Job advertising across newspaper and internet increased by 3.5% seasonally adjusted in July, and the ANZ's Job Ads Index is now 4.5% higher than a year ago. Of course, this isn't happening yet fast enough, because there are still too many people without jobs. That is why the government intends to persevere with its business growth agenda to assist businesses to make the decisions that will allow them to invest and employ.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What were some of the contributors to the overall improvement in the performance of the manufacturing index in July, and how was this interpreted by analysts?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the improvement was reasonably broad-based across the whole manufacturing sector. Food and beverages had a reading in the manufacturing index of 69.6, which is very high. Petroleum, coal, chemical and associated product manufacturing 65.8. Machinery and equipment was also strong. BNZ economists confirmed that they had maintained a positive outlook for the domestic manufacturing sector for some time, linked to an upswing in construction and broader domestic demand improvement. So this is simply further evidence that a recovery is underway. It is still gradual and still not yet leading to sufficient decrease in unemployment, but the signs are promising.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. How does the state of New Zealand manufacturing compare with the manufacturing sectors of other countries?
Honourable
Mr.
Bill
Speaker,
English.
it depends who you listen to. If you listen to Labor and the Greens, they say New Zealand manufacturing is in a crisis. However, if you look at the facts, according to the manufacturing indexes, New Zealand has one of the highest readings in the world. The New Zealand PMI is 59.2, which means a reading above 50 means expansion. In Australia, the PMI is only 42, which corresponds to a slower growth outlook in Australia and a higher exchange rate. China's PMI is just above 50, as is Japan and the Eurozone. In the UK and the US, it's 54 and 55, which is positive, but not growing as fast as New Zealand manufacturing. So if this is the definition of a crisis, then we'd be pleased to have more of them.
Question number 3, David Shearer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister, does he stand by all his statements?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.